Hey, I don't know if you can totally see me and my brother right now. Can you rate our trip so far? Any highlights, my brother?
We saw turtles. Snorkeling is the highlight so far. Because I went snorkeling and saw like 3 different turtles. And hella fish, so that's mine.
I met a lot of, my favorite Christians. One was like a dancer. I don't know if I told you that. Any meaningful conversations? Like, any revelations, my brother? Intentional, wise words of the day, the week?
Nothing comes to mind right now.
Okay, I'll give you like 10 seconds.
The one I've been, hold on. I want to see if I can talk while going on my notes. Yes, I can. I wrote this a while ago, but it was the most recent one I have. If it's still here. It was like, so the saying is like, first to apologize is the bravest, first to forgive is the strongest, and first to forget is the happiest.
Well, I have a question for you.
What's up?
Do you think you've mastered one of those 3? And which one is it and why?
Oh, my quote?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me read it again.
We wanted just to apply it, man. You know?
I know. Well, recently, I wouldn't say the first to apologize. Okay, wait. So there's first to apologize, first to forgive, and then first to forget. I feel like they all, to be like a master of one, you have to have like the other ones involved, like well, you know. But to say only one, I think I like to think first to forget, because normally when something happens, whether it's like a small inconvenience or anything, even if it doesn't involve people, because the other 2 are like mostly involve people, the last one, first to forget, is just kind of nice to have, as long as you're condemned with it. Is that the right word?
Condemned?
No. Content. Yes. Oh my goodness. It doesn't matter anymore. Like if it was something in the past and I already learned off of it, it's like, yeah, but there's no point to go back to it. Like I don't have to relive that moment just because. But then the other 2, like apologize and forgive, like some people apologize right away. Like I think most people do. Like I do. Like I was like, oh, I'm sorry. But like actual apologies, it's like really hard on people. Like when it's something you know you messed up on, and then some people, you're like, when they tell you, you're like, okay, I'm sorry. Like that. Like that's obviously hard to do, because everybody has like a ego. Yeah. Especially when it comes to like apologizing and stuff, because like nobody likes to be seen wrong or right. Like it makes everybody seem like not good. Like everybody looks like an asshole when you're apologizing or like telling someone to apologize, regardless. Even if you try to be nice about it, like there's like the background of it, and it's like, yeah, I know I f***ed up, but I'm not gonna like. And then same with the forgive one. It's also hard to forgive right away. They like coincide. It just depends on which side of the quote unquote argument, I'll say, you are a part of. If you're the causer, then like apologies is the hardest to do first. Right. But if you're the reciprocant, the receiver, then forgiving is the hardest.
That's bars right there. I think one way to like be an expert at this is experiencing forgiveness firsthand. Like experiencing what it's like for someone to actually like forgive you, like in the best way possible. And if I could picture that, like that is my experience with God, because I literally felt him forgive me, like for being so messed up. And he's like, okay, I do forgive you, but I also want to help you change because you realize you're doing something ish. And from what I've experienced with just people, it's like, yeah, I forgive you, but I'm not going to help you be better. I'm not in that capacity to have you hurt me again, but I wish you well. Like, that's only what we can do. But if we get taught, like, continuously on a daily basis, which is like repentance, if we keep experiencing being forgiven every day by God, I think we will get better at forgiving others and also being able to say sorry. So I think that's like that's a beautiful thing to think about. Seriously. Nice job, bro. Good revelation. When did you get this?
Before we came to Hawaii, like a week or two before. Because I also, like, what you were talking about with the, like, when especially with other people, right?
Yeah.
Like, you have to find those who are, and yourself, you have to be able to accept what people tell you, and you have to find people who will tell you.
Oh.
Because if you're around those who, like you just said, like, oh, I'll forgive you or apologize to you, but, you know, I won't let you know it otherwise. Like, okay, they're there for you. Not really. Like, they're not trying to make you better, but it happens. But then if you're with those people that, like, seem like ass. Like, I saw this too. It's like, some friends that you, like, dislike will be there for you in the long run. Because they're actually looking out for you. They're the one to tell you you're doing something stupid. They're the one to tell you, like, hey, that was wrong. Yeah. And those are the people that you should keep. Yeah. Even if you don't like what you're saying, that's on you. Yeah. That's why you have to be accepting as well. If you can't accept what they say to you, even though it's real, I think that's one of the biggest things too. You have to be self-aware. Yeah. You have to be self-aware to the point where if you know when someone says something and it, like, affects you that much, then it's probably that important. Because if you're that affected by it, that means you can do something about it, or that's already an issue.
Ooh, he went there.
Or, like, I don't know how to explain it, but, like,
no, you're explaining it well. Keep going.
When
cook.
I'm cooking. When you take something, when you take something that effective to you and you just toss it aside, obviously nothing's gonna happen. You're not gonna get better, even though you say, like, oh, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. But then if you don't listen to the people that are telling you to do better, then who are you lying to?
Ooh.
This is starting to get, like, personal. Because I tell all my friends, they know I'm an asshole. I even say to them sometimes, I'm like, yeah, I know I'm an asshole. And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, but I don't explain myself because I don't need to. If they don't accept that, then it doesn't matter. But I have a friend that's like, he's always talking about, like, wanting to do better. Like, he'll be like, oh, like, this stoic stuff. Like, oh, I don't have enemies. Or, like, oh, I'm a new man. I'm different. I don't care about that anymore. And then he will care about that. And then I'll tell him, like, yo, you should do this. Like, you're not doing what you said you'd do. And he's like, it's okay. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then he completely ignores what I've told him, like, the past 18 times.
Wow.
And I know it's bad to stop helping him, but I low-key stop. I slow down. Like, at this point, I'm letting him run his own life, you know? He's doing well, and he's doing well. If he's not, then that's not on me.
Some people like to hear help from a certain voice. They wanted a certain flavor. They want you to say it in a specific way in order for them to be like, aha, that's what... You know, like, how it always happens literally when we're out, and we're like, yo, mom, look at that. And then they'll be like, yo, daughter, look at this. And it'll be like, bro, I just said that like 5 seconds ago. You didn't say it in the tone that they would recognize it in. Ooh, bars. And I hate that. It's because... And, like, you were saying being acceptant of, like, listening and receiving what people have to say. We have to be open to hearing it in a way that we don't really like to hear it. Or maybe, like, even just Like it's too bland for us.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the truth is just so straightforward, it comes out bland, flavorless. But sometimes you just need water. Bars. Drink that water, you thirsty. You just dehydrated.
Bars. Yeah, that makes so much sense. Because now that I realize I try to sugarcoat what I say so much. When in reality, all I need to do is give them water. Oh, that I like that now. Don't sugarcoat your stuff. Just tell them straight up. I realize that now. Now that you just said that, I sugarcoat all the things I say, and like it makes it sound like I'm trying to be nice about it. Like I'm like, yo, you know, you gotta.
I know this friend group that I met like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and they have this culture or like unspoken expectation with each other that whenever it's someone's birthday, they'll all team up to like buy the present that this person wants, and it'll be like a realistic, like something they need and want at the same time. And I think sometimes in order for someone to eat on a table, wouldn't it be better to just provide one plate for all? Or if someone needs it, why don't you guys all just team up to provide them food? I mean, sure, let them sit on a separate table, but I think sometimes like when you speak to someone, maybe it actually takes 2. Maybe it takes 3. Because I know with, there's a scripture in the Bible where if someone's doing something wrong and the guy doesn't listen to you, literally Jesus said this, bro. Like as advice, take someone with you. One person with you. If they don't listen to both of you, take them to like the council, like wise elderly church. And then if they don't listen to you, then leave them. Let them, you know, face their own consequences and reap what they sow. And it makes sense because if you go to people who are older, they're more experienced. Like we can't always like downplay like how the older generation is. They've still been here longer than we have, so it's really good to get their advice. Sure, don't get your advice from your mom or your dad. Maybe even ask like some old man on the street. Kind of give fire advice, not gonna lie.
I think you get for people on the street, there's no bias in it. They're just paying attention to your question.
Yeah.
If you ask somebody you know, there's going to be bias whether it's good or bad.
Yeah.
So they'll say something that you want to hear, less of what you need to hear compared to other people.
Very true, very true. I think we'll end it off at that. We're getting shaved ice cream, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed our short podcast. It's been 20 minutes, bro. Yeah. Mahalo, guys.